for it. A tie is like kissing your sister. There we go. There we go. Sister. I got the hook. I got the hook up. Got that hook. Three. I got my drink to drink. Okay. The last play, I have not seen the last play, the laterals. What was the last play of the game? The play before it was competitive, so I tuned out at the last competitive play. Why are they trying to win so bad? What's up? It's not that important, is it? Is it? I have not. I should watch that lateral. You just said the laterals, the tossbacks. There might have been a fumble. It was an incomplete pass. That's right. So you can't fumble an incomplete pass. Now I'm saying that's the first Raider tie since 1970. Okay. I predict, Raider fans have never seen a tie game. But the 49ers have a tie in like the last 10 years. I'm using matches. You want to? Jackson is cool. He wants a shout out. What did I pick up? I picked up Gelinade. I picked up cookies. Grape ape. Mine. Please, Jackson. I'm sure the Raider fans were scared shitless watching that play. Not the Raider fans were laughing in the middle of the play. That's the way I felt. I heard the laterals on the radio. It was Chase Senior, Chat Sports. Yeah, he had a good call. He's the best play-by-play 49er guy on YouTube. So, yeah, I heard the play as it happened. Grape Ape and Cookies is the GA. Call the dogs out. Call the dogs. There's a lot of Niner fans. People like winning. All they like it. They're fans of winning. They've never seen a 49er win. They heard about them. Minimize that. Okay, good. I don't have any gangbang auditions to go to, sorry. Woodman's casting. Woodman is, he's casting himself in every scene. I'm gonna come into my own show and type in the chat. The show is still called Raiders. Okay. Now, the bar next door just reopened. Let me show you. You said bar. So media, pictures, videos. I'll show you. Next door. I took this picture yesterday. There's a new bar open up next door. It's called Mr. Mahjong's. And it looks just like Topsy's. It's the same building as Topsy's. And that's the new bar, above the bar is a massage parlor. Look at this lid. Look at this lid. It's got kind of weird. You know? Weird lid. All one piece. The one piece is real. The Chinese triad massage parlor. Ram. Pizza Bao Gang. That's how they say. That's how Chinese people pronounce Pittsburgh. Pizza Bao. Washington, D.C. Use Chinese to learn use football to learn Chinese. That's what I do. Let's play with Google Translate. What is triad in how do you say triad? Okay. In German. English to Chinese. Remember, there's more of them than us, so you have to stoop to their level. Triad, San, He, Hu. Sicilia is south of, is like the south of Italy, and they don't identify. We're going to divide Italy into two countries, and the Sicilian people will no longer be considered Italian. The wrath of God from the church upon the Sicilians. Yeah. Most likely. Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China is the best movie with a shitty ending. As soon as all the guys with electricity are dead, it's like, okay. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man is basically the same story, but it's not China. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. What year did that come out? 1991. That's 5 years after Big Trouble. Different movie completely, but they're very similar. Theodore Lodek's Ted LaRocque's The Destroyer. Is there still football going on? NFL scores?
Here are the results from the NFL between last Thursday and today.
Okay, the Patriots and Commanders are at halftime, 7-0. The man who baited the world. That's me. The Titans are undefeated 3-0. Shocker. The Broncos are undefeated. The last thing the AFC needs is the Titans and Broncos in the playoffs. That's the last thing they need. You trolls. There's a cred filter. Yeah, I'm going to take Washington to win that game. I've always enjoyed Washington. This new era of Commanders football is 5 years in the making. We're still waiting for them to amount to something. But, if the Patriots, they'll be 0-3. They have to play the Bengals next week, so we hope they're not ready. I don't care. I'd rather see the Patriots win, just like 1991. Yeah, I was watching that game. I remember 1990. The Bengals they were 1-15. The Patriots were 1-15, and they both played on the first week of the year. I remember that shit. I was thinking, oh hell yeah, it's gonna be an easy Bengal win. I remember 1991 season, bro. It's not about the Commanders, it's about Washington. It's about the city, it's not about the team. The Patriots can claim Massachusetts or Boston, but they're not really there. I mean, Washington is on the border of Landover. It's closer to the old RFK than they didn't move as far. Yeah. Are you happy? Yes, Keithon. Well, although that all fit really good on the side. It won't block me. I'll be happy when I have both vape pens in my hands and they're both hitting. I'll be really happy. When I got a vape pen in both hands and they're both hitting on a Sunday night. That's Keith Hun. Oh, is he a Hun? Is he like Attila the Hun? Who is considered a Mongol? Do they still call the Huns mongrels? Or are they ethnically are they academically separated by the great minds of our modern times? This one here, cookies, the CO cookies, guys, cookies, and grape ape and cookies. Oh yes, my bad. The Germans are the Huns. I get confused. Nobody talks about them like that. The Huns, maybe that's what they called them in World War I. But the World War I army has nothing to do with the World War II army. You know, some returning characters. Totally different ideology. Maybe not. Maybe it was the same. We're down 3 subs, guys. Down 3 subs again. Okay. Well, I just spent $95. And I was cheap on my dinner. I didn't spend $5 on dinner. I just spent $95 on carts. And I should have maybe 200 left in the bank. Another block of cheese. Oh, the British are limeys. Raw cheese, man. You don't have to cook nothing. We are the Yanks. No, I'm a Latino. I identify as Latino. The Yanks are on the other. There's no Yankees in goddamn California. Nah, you ain't calling me no Yankee, man. You ain't calling me no Yankee. I'm more of a Canadian than a Yankee because I'm from La Cañada. You are too, most likely. The Canadian is a code word. Everything is all of the dirt, the rocks, the trees. It's all Canada. Everything is Canada. The very first Indian, they met this guy named Canada back in 1620. So yeah, about 400 years ago, they came to America and they met a guy named Canada. And Canada said, this is all Canada. You're a Mandarin Latin American. I'm on matches today. My lighter died and I have to find the backup. It's in the corner of the floor somewhere in the room. Could I crank up the radio and see if they're playing baseball? It's interesting to see if there's baseball on the radio. But not right now. Let's look at the Giant schedule. San Francisco Giant schedule.
Here's what's coming up for the Giants between today and September 29th.
There's 66 and 66. 6666. 66 and 66. They're playing 500 ball. They're about 5 games out of the playoffs. I'm gonna have to say that these Giants are not gonna make the playoffs, but they're gonna call it a short run and be the last. You can bet on them to be the last team eliminated in the West, but they won't make the playoffs. Retro Handover Renaissance is playing Final Fantasy 1. He's grinding sharks. Let's listen to Shark Pedals.
It's like I bought like the collector's edition, I still have it, and it's like all super stoked. Initially, you're just like, oh, yeah, alright, it's alright. And then you realize that they put all of their effort into like the first act of the game, and then after that, it just slowly got worse and worse, and you're just like, oh. And then like that coupled with like the real money auction house fiasco and like all that, it was not a good look.
I picked up a pack, a $10 pack. So yeah, I spent $105 today. I spent $110. No, I also went to Burger King. I spent $115. I dropped $115 today. Tomorrow, I'll be going extra long distance to get my $7 pack just to get $3 back off. I can do that 5 more times. I could make $15 back. Montenegro, $10 Star Nation. They see me coming through the window at that shop that I don't even have to ask. They just walk in. They know what I want. That's what I like. So it's all about the user experience. You know, picking up your packs easily. You know, he doesn't know what I want, but when I go to the tobacco store, dude knows what he remembers every day what I want. Service with a smile. I would say this store is very Middle Eastern. Yeah. So there's almost no communication between, even if the store is empty. And the store is empty most of the time. They have for $10 they'll make you a sandwich. So everybody's in there getting, it's like a Subway sandwich liquor store. Yep. Traditionally, every store in San Francisco will make you a sandwich. Yeah, You're funny. You're funny. Does he? He has a good tan, but that guy's like. He has 3 kids that work with him. Sometimes you'll see the female of the family in the store. I don't like Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, I don't watch that guy. Way Too Elite is live, but he blocked me in chat. I would watch him play World of Warships, but now I have no one to watch. Dwarf Lord got kicked from his guild. Can you believe that? Good hit. I, I've never think I've seen a woman in that shop. It's all men. I'll see the women in other shops. Usually at the 7-Eleven, like the store owner, his wife is like, when she's in the store, everybody's on edge. They're cleaning. She's doing merchandise. Like, it takes a big family to run a 7-Eleven, and I mean, the average 7-Eleven has one employee nowadays, but ours has like 5, 6, or 7 at a time. And there's always somebody at the register. You're never gonna be at the register without. But what, we have multiple 7-Elevens. Some of them you'll be waiting here to register. Full burkas. You don't see a lot of full burkas in San Francisco, but yeah, you do. You still see them every day. Not a lot. You see guys walking around with their hands in the air like this, right next to you. Like, bro, you're 2 feet away from me. I don't want to notice you. "27 minutes into the show. It's a Sunday. I'm down 3 subs. Awesome. I'll pass this time. It keeps trying to give me a YouTube premium account. I've never used a YouTube. The Commanders have scored 3 points. Four men killed in a shooting. 16-year-old.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Whitfield County, Georgia. The sheriff's office has confirmed 4 men are now dead after a shooting overnight. Catherine Vaughn is live in Whitfield.
I can go live in Georgia if I want, but I don't. 4 people just got shot. How many? When's the last time 4 people got shot in San Francisco? How come everything's always so nice in San Francisco, but you just think bad things about it? But thinking bad things about it makes you feel better, right? Yeah. It's about the city, bro. We don't give a shit about Stephen Curry. That fucker's from Oakland. Okay? The Warriors, we don't give a flying fuck about the Giants. They're from New York. Okay? If we don't win our Super Bowl, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Okay? We're on good behavior. We're on good behavior because we're sitting there waiting for our Super Bowl. Stephen Curry, no, we don't want that. He can be fuck him. Go play with LeBron. Go play with LeBron. Okay. We want Trey Lance. We wanted that Trey Lance. They're like, no, here, Brock Purdy. No, fuck Brock Purdy. That dude's gonna play 20 games a year and throw 40 interceptions. Okay. There ain't gonna be no bench. You ain't gonna be calling bench Purdy, bro. Nah. Okay, you'd be refund the season ticket holders. How about the network calls the NFL network calls up and says, hey, we don't want to watch Josh Jacobs because we paid for Purdy, bitch. Put Purdy out, you bitch. I want to see that guy get every fucking. Nah, there ain't gonna be no time off. He's fucking playing, whether he likes it or not. Or he's a fucking embarrassment. If he misses one snap, he's done. You're gonna give him $40 million. He better take every fucking snap because Derek Carr can take every snap. Okay, Derek Carr is worth the money, and the Saints think that Carr is going to have a run in the Super Bowl this year. Cars going to be hanging out at the Superdome, cars at the Super Bowl. Every single Saints home game is a fucking Super Bowl. But Brock Purdy's home games, nobody wants to watch because it's not inside. The lighting conditions are shit. The fans are dying in the stands at 100 degrees in the top. It's miserable. Levi is miserable. You want to try to get there, they're going to tear that shit down. Time for some new one. It was a complete fail. They had a complete failure. Like, it's been 10 years of Levi Stadium, but 5 years ago it was looking really bad. But we're currently on the run. It's been a 5 year run of pushing the Jimmy Garoppolo era was, ever since they cut Colin Kaepernick in 2016, which I was living in this room, I was getting the score, I was seeing my favorite quarterback not playing. They fucked him. Why? Because he's a Nike. They're still so mad at Nike. Trey Lance, Colin Kaepernick, and Nike. They're worth more money than the entire 49ers. They're just worth more. They have a bigger draw. They're a bigger draw. Everybody wants to be like Colin. They still want to understand. They still have questions for Colin Kaepernick. Nobody wants to talk to Brock Purdy. You give Brock Purdy just enough rope to hang himself. That's how much he's got. He's got this much rope. He's about to hang himself. You have to be suicidal. What kind of retard do you have? What kind of shit for brains to actually? I'm Brock Purdy. I'm a midget. I get hurt if you touch me. Take me 19 steps to do a bootleg. I'm Brock Purdy. I have no acceleration. Dink and dunk. I'm too short. I can't throw it over the line of scrimmage, so I put a lot of air in it. I throw a lot of ducks. I'm trying to get my receivers killed. Hi, I'm Brock Purdy. And then you still just want to hand it off to Christian CMC. Purdy's Avengers. I did watch the pick. That was a hard play to find, but I watched it. I didn't get to see it from every angle, so I know the guy was diving to catch it. And he got an interview in the locker room after the game. So if Trey Lance threw four touchdowns, it's different case. When Lance is running, Lance has what it takes to win. He's not a good thrower. He can't throw the ball, but his ultra instinct is there. I'd be hyped to watch the Cowboys all year. Maybe I get to see Trey Lance every one or two plays a game. Some say the Raiders won that game. And the Raiders played their best game of the year. I didn't hear from Al Davis, so everybody's trying to pretend they're in charge and say that it's good, guys. But if you don't hear it from the top, then it is not real. So when it comes from the 49ers at the top, Mike Lynch, the owners are the general manager, the president, all the people at the top of the 49ers are running their mouth almost every day. But Al Davis, His kid has nothing to say. It's weird calling him Al Davis, because it is Al Davis Jr., right? Mark Davis. It's Mark Davis, that's right. Al's dead, Mark's alive. Mark is the nastiest looking human being on the earth. He has $1 million he can't put on a hat. Why don't people wear hats anymore, they say? Because looking like shit is a defense mechanism. Yeah. You don't want people to touch you. You have too much money, don't touch me. I'm not pretty, don't touch me. Wow, nice. I'm gonna look at a 3DO video. Except you can't. You're the owner of a football team. You rep. Everybody in the world looks at you. Potentially. Could you imagine Robert Kraft dressing up like Bill Belichick? Because that's like what we do on the West Coast, you know? Losing my focus, need a topic. Get my fixed. I'm watching Mortal Kombat on 3DO. Liu Kang wins. .3DO looks pretty nice. Deborah wife abuse. Steve Austin used to abuse his wife. Stone Cold is a wife abuser. You know what? I should say that once an hour. I should add that every day. Hannibal and the Canadian. Oh, he's a good guy. Good content. Hey, don't upset Stone Cold. He'll go home and beat his wife. What do you think? Hey, beating your wife is fun. Stone Cold, are you still married? You're damn right, son. Stone Cold wife beater. I never beat my wife. She thought I would too. You can think of anything you want. I'm not gonna touch anybody. I'm not touching anybody. I'll smack the shit out of somebody when the time comes. When's the last time? When's the last time I smacked somebody? 2022? 2 years ago? Is that recent enough? That's not ancient history. And that's physically slapping some glasses off a nerd's face, you know? That was 2 years ago. But verbally shitting on somebody, I do that every day. Passive aggressively, I do it every day. Aggressively, once a week. When I start getting some 49er fans and I start telling them why I enjoy my interactions with people in San Francisco. Pony. I was watching My Little Pony on Genesis yesterday. The guy had you have to be subscribed to his channel for 24 hours before you can talk. I didn't press subscribe. I'm not that interested. I mean, if it says, you have to be a subscriber to talk on this channel, I'll subscribe. I'll start talking. But if you have to wait 24 hours, you know what? I don't think you'll be playing My Little Pony by the time I come back. So your gamer attention span, it doesn't last, man. My attention, I'm focusing 30 years on cursing out the 49ers, guys. So, you go 30, 28 years, whatever, 30, 29, we're right, ever since Super Bowl 29, it's Super Bowl 59. It's been 30 years since I cussed out Steve Young. I don't have it. There's nothing else as relevant in my life to continually harp on because Stone Cold is a wife beater. And I wrote the segment where Stone Cold shoots Vince with a gun, because I was in the chat groups in 1998. I was just like you in the chat groups of watching my show. I was in the WWE chat group in 1998, and I said Stone Cold should shoot Vince McMahon with a gun. I wrote that thing. I planned the assassination. Because they have the writers, the fans, the internet wrestling community, we've always had our way. We've always had our way with the writers who read the chat and do what we tell them. 48 slices of cake. That's right. That's Thursday night. Today's Sunday. So there's a birthday party at the end of every month. 48 slices of cake plus ice cream. We don't know how much ice cream. But I'll try to bring my show us a picture of the cake. I have to refresh all the details in my Curse of Steve Young story. My legacy will not be world-class gaming skills. 13, 15 golden guns in Overwatch, 750 wins a season, 30 wins a day. You can't even play that game anymore. They didn't touch anybody else's shit. They deliberately destroyed all the shit I was using. There's no dual wield in. You can't equip one weapon in each hand in vanilla WoW. I mean, I did right before Burning Crusade. We were raiding. We had dual wield. It was level 60. That's what I want. I want to play patch 2.1. I think that's what it is. Hard to get your patch. Patch is exactly right. Oh, God bless Tekken 7. That game will age the best. Tekken 7 is still so important. You have to reference it in Tekken 8. At no point when you're talking about Street Fighter 6 do you need to reference Street Fighter 5. It'll be the greatest comparison, side by side. The two great. I like Tekken 7. Tekken 8 is trash. How did they ruin it? He still can't even play his Armor King. Half the heroes are missing. Playable heroes. How many playable heroes are there in Tekken 8 right now? Let me get an exact count. "24 heroes? What kind of shit show it? That's fucking pathetic. But still, Tekken 7 is exactly the same. What's the future? There's 24 slices of Tekken 8 cake. Geese Howard has been replaced. What are Geese Howard players gonna do? They're gonna play Tekken 7. Did the kid from Final Fantasy? I don't see one. 58 characters as of season 4 in Tekken 7. The number's wrong. Tekken 8 has 32 characters. As soon as a new character comes out, they'll have to bring out stock footage from Tekken 7. Every time a new Tekken 8 character comes out, you have to play Tekken 7 again to make sure that they didn't fuck up the character. The Patriots just scored a field goal. The new leotards reveal everything. The new leotards are so revealing. You could see where Stone Cold was beating Deborah. Oh! Even Jeff Jarrett's gonna be mad at me for that one. Sorry, Jeff. I know it's your wife too. I like it when a woman has bruises all over her knees. You know what I'm saying? I saw a girl with tore up knees recently. I was like, yeah, there. So I'm at 50 minutes. I want to wrap it up in 10 minutes. I'm going to wrap this episode up. Stretch mark in a C-section is not a big deal, dude. All you do is you buy your woman some lingerie to wear over her belly, and and you just look at her face, and then you just look at her face. You're not gonna stare at her navel the whole time, anyways. What are you gonna, half the time you don't have to even. C-sections aren't that bad. My ex-wife might have a C-section now. I wouldn't be mad at her. It's not my C-section. If she called it, this is the T-section, I'd be like, man, fuck that. I don't get Facebook notifications on the phone. I should plug it in and stay charged up. Stay charged up. I was cheating on my audience, and I was on ByGo without streaming it. I was talking to girls, and the audio was clear. So, I've had these experiences that my YouTube audience will never know. EXP getting EXP offline. Grinding shit offline. Pony.
The blight has broken our ranks.
It's Arthas.
Our salt has been for nothing. What now?
Yeah. I know a lot of wannabe beatniks. And being a beatnik is half of being a hit, half of being a... I might identify, I have some traits of a beatnik. I don't have a microwave. You don't need to lift weights. All you need to do is carry bags of potatoes. Could you imagine picking up, like a 20-pound bag of potatoes? Well, you're strong. Now you have 20 pounds of potatoes. Growing potatoes. It's good. You can microwave them. Some people microwave their potatoes. But I never microwaving your potatoes, that's disgusting. Especially if you put McDonald's French fries in a microwave, you're down bad. You're better off just eating them cold.
That was, I'll get to this in a little bit. Jones handoff, a run for about a 4-yard gain. That was easily.
See a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Throw the fly.
Okay, things I don't watch on YouTube. Prison Life. I don't watch MS-13s. I still see the thumbnails. Just getting the thumbnail is more content than I invite. We got a news story here. Ohio teen killed in overnight crash in Michigan.
Breaking news tonight, rocking the small town of Edgerton, Ohio. A car accident killed 17-year-old Levi Hess, who was a student.
They killed, bro. Levi died in a car accident. I'm sorry, Levi. That Levi lifestyle, driving at 1 in the morning. Well, you know, I don't know who set you up. But Levi, look at this the colors. You like that red, huh? He's pretty. This guy is pretty. Levi just left us in a car accident. A football player?
According to the Michigan State Police, Hess and a 16-year-old passenger were traveling in Hillsdale County in Michigan. Troopers say Hess lost control.
Hess lost control driving with a 16-year-old. They didn't say teammate. He's trying to impress some girl.
Pickup truck crashed into 2 parked vehicles. Edgerton Local Schools released this statement reading, "His loss is deeply felt across our school community, and our thoughts and heartfelt condolences go out to his family, friends, and all who knew him. We understand that this is a difficult time for our entire school community, and we are committed to providing the necessary support."
Hey, you know what? You know what? This guy is recklessly driving with a 16-year-old. You know what? The world's better off without him. He's fucking Levi. Oh, I'm a Levi. These are the. You know what? They got this Michigan transfer portal where all the players from Michigan come to play at Stanford and shit. You know what? That's probably he was telling his girl that he's driving. Yeah, I'm driving. Yeah, I'm gonna be in California. You know what? Not.
One another whose period of grief.
It might have been an organ donor. You want to listen to the story again? It's 41.
Breaking news tonight brought from the small town of Edgerton, Ohio. A car accident killed 17-year-old Levi Hess, who was a student and football player at Edgerton High School. According to the Michigan State Police, Hess and a 16-year-old passenger were traveling in Hillsdale County in Michigan. Troopers say Hess lost control of his pickup truck.
Oh, poor 17-year-old Hess. Lost control of his car. My family wouldn't let me drive, bro. You know what? I had to walk. There's a reason why I'm fucking poor. Because my family wouldn't let me drive. They want me to have money. Everybody, you have to drive around. You have to drive for money. And my family could definitely afford a car. They could have got me a car. I never had the true comprehension of how much money we had. I just knew they were tight with it. But when you're so tight that you won't buy a car, and you have two, and my older brother would just drive my mom's Aerostar, a fucking Aerostar. When your family invested nothing in you, shit, dude. I'm not even bet. My brother didn't have it any better than me, and he got everything. How can I complain? It's not like my younger sister or older brother got cars. Everybody in our neighborhood had cars. No. We're in Los Angeles. They'd expect me to walk and shit. They threaten you with the lobotomy. Oh, we're gonna have them pull part of your brain out your nose. You know, we don't like the way you're thinking. We'll just go hook your Mandela. These old people, you don't understand how sick they are. They'll open up your head and pull parts of it out. Okay, that's what we do in America. It's considered humane. It's a lobotomy, and I've been threatened with lobotomies as a child. They threatened to send you to an orphanage. Okay. They steal my mother from Germany. My mom's from Germany, and my mom was completely subservient to her adopted parents, you know. And when I was about 2 years old, I realized what kind of game I had to play in life. I had to pretend some people are my biological parents and try to act the way they want, act like you don't, the biologically sterile society, like everything is sterile, as in sterile. Yeah. Not a clean, not cleaning the kitchen, not, and we're not talking about washing the silverware, okay? My mom was adopted, but her adopted parents also raised me, okay? Which is really hard because they wanted to reject us. They didn't really know how to deal with real biological kids. They could deal with adopting people, but then, and they were, I don't know if they were neglectful in the 50s and 60s to my mom, but my mom's intellect wasn't the sharpest. My grandpa was like me. He was a editor for newspapers. He produced his shit online just like I do every day. Complain about shit, television reviews, sports reviews. That's what my grandpa did in the 60s, and I do that now. So this is what I was trained for. Okay. I spent a lot of time at a typewriter, not a computer. So all my experience on a typewriter isn't related to you press the same keys, but the typewriter is awesome. They're pretty rare nowadays. You know, I haven't seen one in a long time. But watch typewriter videos on YouTube and you can see there's a community. And they really have, it's nice that they haven't peaked yet. Like, video games is the most popular on YouTube, but that's a fad. It won't always be that way. The era of video games is now, but you're not gonna sit around and play Mario for 75 years. They ain't gonna do that in the year 2100. They ain't gonna be watching no Super Mario. The ribbon, yeah, you get the ribbon in Resident Evil. That's a the most commonly used typewriter by our generation. There's other devices like Sony handheld cams are really nice. There's a lot of unpublished, late 80s, 90s Sony hand cams. People just haven't published their shit yet. So maybe the stuff in the 90s is overpublished. But like there's things. I went to a Rams-Bears game in the 90s, and the game tape has never been seen. Nobody has a copy. You can't watch. So I'm still waiting just to see the Bears and Rams. January 7th, 1994, week 7. It was a 93 season, played in 94, but the Rams and Bears played at least 4 times in 3 years. So this is one missing game. Jerome Bennis was playing. It was Jim Harbaugh's last game as a Bear. That's a pretty fucking big game, man. He's currently the coach of the Chargers, and I went to his last game as a Bear. He was still playing. Then but it was the unofficial end of the '85 Bears when the championship foundation was completely lost. But they were still. I saw them play. They lost. Yeah. Haven't made it an hour yet. I'm 7 minutes over an hour. Wow. Let's look at the statistics for this episode. I'm gonna say 6 views, maybe 6 views. Real time 13. Oh damn! Up to 2 people. I hit 2 people once. At 7:29. 8 minutes ago, 2 people came in. Oh, nice. My true sub counter says 1536. So that sub counter down there is when actually I've seen Apocalypse Now vibe a lot. I mean, I've seen the movie a lot. Most specifically, the day I got to Fort Hood, I sat through the 4-hour director's cut. So, that was playing on base in 2011 when I got there. It was on the DVD player. I wasn't like, I work at Blockbuster Video. I didn't think that's like an old, it's DVD. It has a $20 value. If you can jack it, everybody wants to steal the CD. So I mean, I just watched the 4-hour version and I was like, well, I don't need that CD anymore. Check it off the list. I like Enemy at the Gates. That's a good movie. It might be Stalingrad. No, it's a Leningrad movie. You know what bores me? I'm bored by the Polish uprising, the Warsaw uprising. That's boring. Okay. No, they showed me after when I first got to Fort Hood. Fort Hood is not basic training. Your brother's favorite is Enemy at the Gate. When I was at Fort Benning, they were filming We Were Soldiers. So the drill sergeants were like, "You tell everybody they're filming We Were Soldiers while we were here, and that the modern people, the modern soldiers aren't soldiers anymore, and this is a movie about we are still soldiers, and they're filming it while we're here at Fort Benning." So my drill sergeants did the propaganda of the movie theaters, putting over the movies with the new cadets, and I didn't see a movie until I saw Shrek. They were playing Shrek 1, the original Shrek, on the movie theater at Fort Jackson. Is the first movie I saw in the Army. Yeah. And I missed the first 5 minutes of it. I walked in late on it, but I didn't. I forgave myself. I was ready to watch that shit. Might have been at the bowling alley. Everybody's ready to go get an STD this week, because you just go off post and then you suddenly having sex with everybody. That's the old myth. You'd sit on Friday night, ready to go home on the weekend, and the sergeant would be saying, Use a rubber. Don't drink. And don't have sex with people you don't know. That's all they're always telling you in the Army. It could be a little different. Your weekend. I didn't earn the right to go off post when I was in. I was a little in trouble in Fort Jackson, so they didn't let me go take the weekend off like everybody else did. I don't know how important. I just stayed in the barracks. Big deal. I didn't go. Oh, no hotel this weekend. When I was in basic training, when I was at Fort Jackson, I had a Game Boy Advance. I played Castlevania: Circle of the Moon, and I had a copy of Super Dodgeball on Game Boy Advance. Those were my 2 games. I went to, there was a girl named Piney there. Tiny. Any girl named Piney is ready for children. Don't name your daughters Piney. All the hoes have the same name now. I'm gonna cut this episode off. I'll see you next time. It's Tiffany here. I don't come. You got me on that one. Can you rephrase? Use a 5-cent word for a 50-cent word. When I took this class, How to Speak to Civilians, it said use a simple word instead of a complicated word. Name your daughter the star. No, you want to name her the moon. You name her Moon. Star's an ugly name. Oh, cross. The big slut here is named Tiffany, okay. What's the Patriot score? I'm gonna wait for that game to end. Patriot score?
The Patriots are leading the Commanders 10-6 with 11 minutes.
Low scoring. Every game is hitting the under. 24-24. That was a high scoring game though for the. She wants a tube socks and a cucumber. Did you watch the ending for Wukong fight? You should just watch the ending. Save your, and then you. It feels as sad. I was as satisfied as beating it myself. And I'll do it again. What's the next? I'm on a speed run to watch the ending of a game.
Every month, a bunch of new games release, and every month, Game Ranks goes through, figures out which are best to at least pay attention to, and puts them together in a nice, easy-to-digest list. Folks, it's found the video games released.
I'm on a speed run to see the end of Harry Potter Quidditch Championship.
To get excited about a Harry Potter release, I'm not automatically sold on them. There are certainly good Harry Potter games. One I
The last song, Astro Bolt, Zoo. A zoo game. Frostpunk 2 might have an ending. The Castle of Frank Stone. The Castle of Frank Stone should have an ending. The new Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom, will have an ending. Test Drive and a car game might not have an ending. Warhammer 4000 Space Marines Part 2 will have an ending. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that they'll put an ending on the game. You know what I'm saying? NBA 2K25 doesn't really have an ending per se. So, Epic Mimic. There's a new Mickey Mouse game coming out. I'll just watch the end. And Ace Attorney. If you know what Ace Attorney is, there'll be an end to that game. Lollipop Chainsaw remake, new ending. Starfield Shadow Space. Final Fantasy 16 has content. Falcon says. Hey, look. I think I sat down and I beat NBA Jam because I paid $36 for that game in 1994. And, well, I got it when it came out on Super Nintendo, and it was no fun. It was, I beat the computer 32 times, and I got a picture of a trophy, and that is not an ending. That's not an ending. I expect full motion video cheerleaders or something, and most of those got cut from the home version. All the bells and whistles. You have to go to cut content, and there's a lot. You can watch it on YouTube. Regular video that's not digitalized stills of but there's cheerleaders. There's scenes like that weren't in every version. So. If you ask a player what happens at the NBA at the ending, you're like, oh. So I beat 1,000 games before the year 2000. Yes, technically, NBA Jams is on my list of games I've beaten. We rented Castlevania in '85 when it came out. My brother, no. My brother rented it. My brother beat it. I didn't even get to play. And got part 2. My brother got the good ending and the bad ending because I think he played twice in a row. And I always get the bad ending because I go through real slow. I technically never beat Dracula at the end of Castlevania 1, but it's on the list of games I beat because I mentally defeated that. Yeah. I was being distracted by Kevin one day. If Kevin wasn't there, you don't want to be distracted on Dracula. How many times did Randy Orton attack a woman? What? I'm gonna click on that.
Randy Orton is one of the greatest pro wrestlers, not only of his generation,
shit in
but
your
of
bag.
all time. WWE's Apex Predator, Viper, and Legend.
We owned a Joust on Atari. I played Joust every day until I grew tired of it. Maybe somebody else took the copy.
Killer is a naturally gifted third-generation talent who was destined to be great inside the squares.
Joust is by Midway, and Joust was a very, very good Atari game, and then the NES version was trash. The Atari was a decent system for having the correct spaces between things. You know, sometimes things would look condensed or the frame rate. Mario was like slower on Nintendo. The arcade seems faster, and Donkey Kong. Q*bert is okay. Q*bert's fine. Q*bert will make a comeback. Raiders. Raiders. Look, he's got a necklace, and he's got bunny ears. You like that? Damn, bro. Yeah, bro. Look at those ears, bro. How many other logos activate filters? That's pretty bad. Let's switch my filter just for the sake of messing with the radar. This will look nice. I'm Diva. You like that? Raider fans don't like that. Ernesto. Why is my phone not charging? It says 20%. It's fucking plugged in. Swiping up to look at my battery. It's charging at 20. Spread some frog legs and eat. It looks like the pirate on the old Buccaneer helmet. The creamsicle. Those taste good. People making fun of a good. I could go for a creamsicle right now. Shit, my shirt looks like one. Yeah. This looks like a creamsicle. You're right. Big in Tampa. Big in Tampa. I'd like to dedicate every stream to Dakota. Kermie. Battletoads. Battletoads is the best game. I hate Battletoads. That game is trash. You press the same exact buttons every time. There's no room for error. You're gonna press the same button every time. Ooh, good luck having fun playing Battletoads. Doing it your way. No, you're gonna do it the company way. Nobody's ever had fun playing Battletoads. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Waiting for the end of that Patriot game. Patriot score?
The Patriots are behind the Commanders, 13-10, with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
The Commanders take the lead. My phone didn't give me a notification. What's that? That's good. Yeah, looking up at no roof, huh? Not even any. What's that shit? Corrugated steel. You don't even have any corrugated steel above you, man. Man, you can make a roof out of some trash, man. You know what I'm saying? You can make a roof out of some pallets. People live like that. People live like that. People on YouTube making TikTok and they have a pallet roof. Okay? My American roof, okay? They got pallet roofs. You see these Philippine shows or some really depraved where They might even have a better than I do. I mean, they're on Android. I mean, they could be they have different. I'm a poor Apple. I only do Apple things. Washing clothes in a mud hole. Yep. They're on YouTube. And they think, yeah. I was watching some people build a home in Iran. Okay, very popular show. A lot of people were watching it. It was like a beekeeper going to live with bees in the mountain, and he had to take his bees and build a house. You know, because only beekeepers are allowed to live up in the mountains like that. You can't just go build a house up in the mountain. You're not allowed to. The beekeeper's environment is extremely rustic. I mean, they look rocks. Everywhere you look, rocks. Just nothing but rocks. Yoga is a masturbation ritual or some shit. I don't do yoga, but the people who do yoga are submissive sexually, essentially. But you get these kooky American yogas. They're like, "Don't look at me" or some shit. Stone Cold is probably beating his wife right now. You can't say that. Hogan said he's gonna body slam Kamala Harris. I demand an apology from Hulk. Now the Rock, even the Rock says you can't slam Kamala. Did Hogan just cost the election? Yeah, Hogan, you done fucked up. Now everybody really hates it. Everybody hates Hogan. Let's look up Hulk Hogan right now. Shit. You get some. This is 3-day old news, by the way. 5-day old news. But hey, if I remember it, it's bad. It's on the bad list. A miniature casting couch display at Kentucky State Fair causes. Look at this. You keep asking me if I'm going to the casting couch. The miniature casting couch display at Kentucky State Fair causes controversy. Oh, good hit. $92 minutes into the show. I should wash my floor. Yeah, I got to do something. I'll see you guys. Thanks for the input.